Hello and welcome to Outside. That is the sun. The fog has temporarily gone away, so I am going out for a walk. This is your grumpy guide to all things gaming, the OGGM. And you could look at my face. Or we could look at the world around us. Hello, world around us. Which is more interesting to you? Anyways, I think the world around us is more interesting than my face. So, world, sun. Warning, the following content is PG-13, 18 plus, totally sarcastic, and not intended to be taken seriously by anybody. So, as you know, the topic of conversation has been this whole safety tools for players thing. And I posted a video about safety tools for players yesterday, and I got in a lot of trouble for it. Apparently some people took umbrage over my state on safety tools. Now I'm assuming most of the people who took umbrage with it actually didn't listen to it, because I did present the alternatives to the safety tools. But I'm not as smart as Grim Jim. He has done a much better video about safety tools than I have, so you should probably go over to his site and watch his. But as the night progressed and the negative comments continued to rain on me, I suddenly had an epiphany. I suddenly remembered the words of Jason Lee in the role of Syndrome when he said, "When everybody's special, nobody is." And I realized that if players can use these safety tools, then can't I, the game master, do the same? And if I, the game master, do something that offends you or upsets you or disturbs you or makes you uncomfortable or triggers something, and you can play your Xcard and use your safety tools, then can't I, the game master, if you, the player, do something that offends me or upsets me or triggers something or disgusts me or causes any feeling whatsoever, don't I get to use an Xcard too? Let's take the example of the Hold Person spell, which I'm pretty sure is the spell that started this whole thing. If I cast Hold Person on your character, you can play an Xcard because you're uncomfortable with the loss of player agency for the round that Hold Person lasts. And you could say that my casting Hold Person on your character triggers a memory of when you were held against your will. So I am wrong, the DM, and I have to rewrite what happened because I can't cast Hold Person on your character. But then you cast Hold Monster on my monster, which means because you're special, I can be special too. And anything you, the player, get, I, the game master, get as well. So if you cast Hold Monster on my dragon, I'm going to play my Xcard, because that reminds me of the time I was handcuffed, and that triggers a bad memory. So I'm saying no, you cannot play that Xcard, that spell. Let's go further. Let's go back to the experience I had when a player killed my NPC who was simply doing his job of trying to sell the player a horse. I got in trouble as a GM for questioning his murder hobo tactics of killing NPCs that weren't worth experience points simply because they triggered and upset him. But really, shouldn't have I said, "Oh, your blatant murder of this innocent individual triggers my memories and my uncomfortableness with the concept of innocent people getting killed. Therefore, I'm playing my Game Master Xcard. That didn't happen. He's fine." Let's go even one step further. Let's say you, the player, cast Magic Missile on one of my bad guys. Well, let's say I'm a game master who fought overseas, and I have PTS from fighting overseas. And you saying the word magic missile triggers my memories of having missiles shot at me when I was fighting overseas. So, because I have PTSD, and because the word missile triggers that memory, I'm afraid I'm going to have to play my GM Xcard. You can't cast Magic Missile anymore in my game. In fact, all your spells trigger bad experiences I've had as a game master. Fireball. Well, that's fire. My family lost everything in the Thompson fire. I still have PTS from experiencing the Thompson fire. Your casting a fireball reminds me of the Thompson fire and the fact that I lost everything. Therefore, you cannot cast fireball. Oh, you pulled your sword on my bad guy orc. Well, I'm sorry. That triggers the memory of the time I had a knife pulled on me. I'm afraid you can't pull swords in my game anymore. You see, if you, the player, can use your safety tools to tell me, the GM, I can't do something to your character because it upsets you, or enrages you, or disgusts you, or triggers something, then you, the player, can't do anything to my NPCs or monsters because it might upset me, or trigger me, or disturb me, or bring back a feeling. So, since I can't do anything to you, you can't do anything to me, everybody's special, which means no one's special. Therefore, there's absolutely no reason for us to even play. Perhaps we can play a board game instead. Oh no, the concepts of this board game upset me. I'm sorry, the idea that you can buy my real estate without my permission simply because you have more money than I do and my real estate is in foreclosure, that reminds me of the plight of the homeless people here where I live. So I'm sorry, I'm playing my Monopoly Xcard. You can't buy my property that's in foreclosure. You know, you're right. I was wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with safety tools and Xcards. I will let you use them. But that means I get to use them too. So from this point on, every time you tell me as a game master, I can't do something to your character, I'm going to play my Xcard and say, oh, I'm sorry. You can't do that to my world. What do you think about that? Because when everybody's special, no one's special. The following has been a not safe for work, PG-13, 18 plus, ironic take on the current player advocacy, safety tools, player consent controversy. If you don't agree that that's how player advocacy, consent, and safety tools are supposed to be used, then please describe to me how they should be used. Because I know I have PTS, I know I have trauma, I know I'm a victim of abuse. Therefore, if you do things in my game that trigger those memories, don't I, as the GM, have the same rights to play my safety tools and sabotage the game just like you, the player, do? Please let me know. Until next time, I am your PG-13 grumpy guide to all things gaming. If you appreciate the words that are coming out of my mouth, comment down below, hit that like button, and subscribe. If you don't appreciate the words that are coming out of my mouth, well then subscribe and comment down below. Now get off my land because it's a lovely day.